Welcome to Staying in Tuned. I'm Brandon, and this is Eli sitting across from me.
Yes, sir.
And today I think we're going to be doing another draft.
That is on the agenda. But before we get to that, I have two things I need to follow up with from last episode.
Okay.
Okay? Last episode, we talked a lot about how we walk down the block,
Yes.
and I said that I would count
I was going to ask you,
all of the squares down the block.
did you?
No. I definitely did not.
I literally got it here. Like, I made a note of it. I was going to ask you about it.
Yep. I got into town today,
Yep.
and I thought about it. I was like, I should go out and walk just around the block, count the two lengths of the block we're on, and I just didn't feel like going outside. I didn't feel like it. I flopped on that, but it is what it is. The other thing I want to mention real quick is this drove me crazy
Okay.
when I was editing the last podcast. How do you pronounce the word cauliflower?
Cauliflower?
No. That is not how you pronounced it last week. How did you pronounce it
Did I
last
say cauliflower?
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
cauliflower.
Yeah.
Every time. You didn't say it any other way any time. I almost fell out of my chair every time I heard you say cauliflower. How do you actually pronounce it? Cauliflower or cauliflower?
I think cauliflower, but it's not a word that I often say, so
Why are you calling a flower?
I couldn't tell you, man. I really don't know.
That's outrageous. I'm a cauliflower. Stop calling flowers, dude. They don't want to talk to you. Anyway, let's get into this draft, okay?
All right. And I think, because technically I won the last one, I think it's only fair if you go first this time.
Honestly, I agree. School supplies. Anything's on the board.
Anything.
Absolutely anything. And I'm going to go with the most impactful of all time.
Okay.
Okay, the most reliable, most impactful, highest quality. And that's a Ticonderoga No. 2 wooden pencil.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I got real specific with it because that is the creme de la creme. That's the best, okay? Nothing beats that at all. The best. 100%. Number one pick.
You know, I didn't have the specific brand, but I did have pencil, and so I suppose I probably can't take pencil. Just
No, not a wooden pencil at
Yeah.
least.
all right, that's fair enough. Well, for my number one, I'm gonna have to take something that's gonna hold the whole team together. I'm gonna go with the backpack.
The backpack. That wasn't even on my list, you know.
No way.
It didn't even cross my mind actually when I was making my list. It's like it's so standard.
Backpack's gonna hold everybody together.
Well, yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. That's a good pick. I'm gonna jump into my two, and this is where my list goes rogue.
Okay.
Okay. Last time when we did cereal, I uniquely me for part
Correct.
of it, not all of it. This time after my Ticonderoga No. 2, I might be going off the walls with all of this. However, it's my like dream composition of school supplies. Okay.
Okay, I'm
and
ready.
Ticonderoga fits that just because of like how good of a staple it is. I'm gonna go with the decorative edge scissors for my number 2 pick.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? The wavy scissors.
Oh my goodness.
You cut that paper out with those scissors. You can get the triangle-shaped edges. You can get the wavy-shaped edges. Do you know how cool you are? Dude, I never had one in my pencil pouch, but like everyone who did have some of those, like they had the collection. They had like 3 different sets, okay? They had the square edges, the wavy edges, and the sharp triangle edges. Every
Dude.
time they cut, I was jealous. Like that was the thing, man.
I totally forgot these even existed.
I dug deep for this list, by the way. You'll be stunned.
You did some research here. I'm gonna have some more competition this week, I see.
I dug deep. Different tactic, though.
Okay. Wow, man, what am I gonna put up against this? I'm gonna go number 2 pick. Man, I don't got all this unique stuff like you do.
Haha.
I'm gonna go for the calculator.
Calculator?
Yes.
That was on my original list. Why you got calculator?
I think it's just it comes in need when you need it. Like, it's not always going to be like the number one star necessarily, but when you're in a tight pinch, calculator's going to swoop in there and just take care of your issues for you.
I hear you. Do you want to know why it was on my original list?
Why is that?
Because the number 80,085. That's why.
That was my favorite number on the calculator.
That was my favorite number on the calculator all day, every day, and that was gonna be my pitch if I picked the calculator. But I like your pick.
That's good. All right, what do you got coming in at number 3?
I'm an idiot. Okay. It's gonna be the clear ruler with the hole in the middle.
Okay, it's got to be clear.
Clear ruler with the hole in the middle, but like the multicolored ones. So you got the green ones, you got the blue ones, or whatever. And the reason it needs a hole in the middle is so you can spin it on the Ticonderoga number 2 pencil. Okay, I'm gonna turn that Ticonderoga and that ruler into a helicopter.
You got some partner work going on your team here.
Dude, the team chemistry is through the roof. Okay, and the reason it needs to be the clear one instead of like a wooden one is because the clear ones are the bendy ones.
Okay.
You can bend those suckers back and whack somebody in the forearm with that thing. That is why it is my number 3 pick, because it is versatile, it is entertaining, and it's practical. Yo, I need to measure something?
Mm-hmm.
Whip that sucker out. Got it down. As long as it's less than a foot.
You got a strong team going here. Like, you went a completely different direction from what I was going.
Thank you.
I respect it.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm going to need to get a little bit more competitive here and take out one of your players, possibly. I'm going to go with the eraser.
Ooh. Okay. Taking out my Ticonderoga, is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, I am.
No, sir. No, sir.
I don't got a whole lot to say about the eraser, but it's really good up against that pencil.
All right, I need to think about this and take this tactically, because I could go after the pick that you just did with the eraser.
Okay.
Or I can keep moving down my plan here.
I really want to see what you got in store.
Well, I'm going to be keeping going down my plan. And I'm going to go with those. They don't make them anymore. Okay? And there's a good reason. And it's the classic old school metal Sharpies.
Okay.
Those big boys that
Yes.
you smell it, different gravy. Okay, I don't need to go into detail, but those things, I found one a couple weeks ago in a drawer. I was so excited. I was like, yo, I remember you from art class in elementary school. You were the guy. And I won't go into detail why, but I think the majority of people listening can understand why.
Honestly, that's a good pick.
Thank you.
I gotta say it. I'm gonna need some writing support up on my team here.
Yeah, you're struggling in that department.
And so for my number 4, what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, I want to go for a pen, but I'm thinking more specific brand this time, just to get more up with you.
Okay.
I need one of those gel pens. I gotta look it up real quick. What are they called?
Ooh, gel pen.
Hold on. I gotta find out what these are called.
Those are sweet. Before I went a little rogue and off the walls with my list, I was debating between a gel pen or a felt tip pen for my original list. That was the one that included the calculator.
I think it's the G2.
Okay. I can
Yeah.
picture that. I can picture that in my head. I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, we're gonna go with a pen for my number 4.
Okay. So for my 5th pick, I want to throw a couple things at you, and I want to see if you'll accept it or decline it based on your picks already. If I'm not saying this were to be my pick, but I want to just test the waters. Okay. If I were to pick the big mistake eraser, would you accept that? That massive guy. You already picked eraser.
Yeah. Well, and here's my thing. I know I said earlier, you picked the specific Ticonderoga pencil, so I said any like wooden pencil would be out of place. So
Okay.
I think I'm gonna say no.
Okay. So I get that. That's why I'm testing the water.
Yes.
If I picked the cap erasers, it's a different shape. Would that fly with the committee? Or same idea?
I think we can allow that.
We could allow that. Okay.
I think that's okay.
I don't know if I'm going to pick it, though.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at my list, and I got some great contenders. Okay?
All right.
And I think what I'm actually going to go with at the end of the day
I'm ready for it.
is the clear Elmer's glue.
Oh, okay.
The clear
All right.
Elmer's liquid glue. That thing comes in a liquid bottle. It's like a clear gel. It's majestic.
Mhm.
Again, something I didn't have in school, but I had a whole bunch of buddies that did. They pull that out of their pencil pouch. Ooh. The jealousy was running through my veins. I'm telling you right now. It was like, I wish I was you. And if they had that with those fancy scissors,
Oh, yeah.
dude, they're like the best. How can you top that? You can't. You can't.
You got a pretty good lineup here. I think I'm gonna get something else here that's really gonna tie everything together, and this is just like applies to every situation pretty much as far as school supplies are concerned. I'm gonna have to go with the notebook.
Notebook. Okay. That was again on my original list that I made. It's a good pick. It's a good pick. It's essential. It's really essential. I wanna there's one more or two more supplies I wish I had space for that I could have drafted.
Okay.
That fit into my team's theme. And I'm sad I couldn't pick them, but again, there's only so much room on my team.
Yeah.
I wanted to give them a shout out. And the first one of those is that multicolored pen.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember those.
The ones that you can click it
I had
down
one.
and you have like 5 to 10 8 different colors on those things. Those things were sweet. I didn't have one until like high school or something, but like I still have some of those.
They're so fun.
Like I cleaned out my car the other day, I found one in there. It was awesome. I was like, look at you. Start clicking on every color down, try to get it jammed, try to get it unjammed. It was the
Oh, yeah.
best. That's what you do with it. And then the other one I wanted to pick, didn't pick it, is the flexible bendy pencils.
Okay.
Those things, they don't work at all. They're
Yeah.
the worst functional pencils on the planet.
I think it's more of just a show off on the team, really.
It is a show-off thing. It's like, hey, man, I can turn my pencil into a pretzel. You know what I mean? Like I like those things were sweet to mess around with in class. Just once you went to sharpen it, the lead would always fall out, and the writing quality sucked.
Definitely good style points, though.
Definitely got style points. The style points there are not measurable.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see what we got here. I definitely think our teams are a lot more competitive this time. For
Wow.
Sure. Well, we
Why
all
you
know.
hating
We
on
all
my
know.
team from last time.
We all
my
know
team
I won
last
the
time.
first time. So.
Like, yeah, but nah. Hey, nah.
So you got the pencil. Dixon Ticonderoga number 2.
Hold up, because I it's written down very specifically on mine.
All
Okay,
right.
I picked the Ticonderoga number 2 wooden pencil.
Okay.
Okay, the best of the best.
Absolutely.
No
I agree.
competition. I picked the decorative edge scissors. Okay, any variety. They come in multiple different decorative edge types. It's the best. Okay, that was my number 2 pick. My number 3 pick was the clear ruler with the hole in the middle. Clear ruler with the hole in the middle, turn it into a helicopter, pull that thing back, slap somebody in the arm, on the leg, whatever, in the middle of class. It's the best until it breaks, but it's still the best. Then my 4th pick was the old school Sharpies. Not going into detail why. The fat, metal, old school Sharpies. The aroma. Different gravy.
We all know.
And then my last pick was Elmer's clear glue. Again, it's a show off. It's a show off, but it gets the job done. Very flashy. Phenomenal.
All right. Well, I only have one more specific one on my team like that, but we'll go through my team as well. I had the backpack, the calculator,
Yeah.
the eraser,
Yeah.
G2 pens.
The G2 pens.
Yep, and the notebook.
The G2 pen might be my favorite pick of yours. that you got going for you right there. Calculator, again, 80,000, 85.
Oh yeah.
You know the number. Everybody's punched that thing in. Used to punch it in on an hourly basis. Maybe every 10 minutes, depending on the class.
You got it all the time. And then you just, to the kid next to you, just show it to him.
Yeah, and it's funny every time. It never gets old. It never gets old.
All right. Well, we got to hear which one of these teams won down below, though, right?
Yeah, man. Just like every other podcast, there is a link in the description of the podcast. It will take you to our Anchor page where you can send us a voice message. You can let us know more specifically what you thought about it. We can actually feature that voice message in the podcast. I can take that voice message, put it in the podcast in edit if it were to fit. Else, I will have a poll and a open response link to this podcast only on Spotify. So if you're listening on Spotify, it will be attached to this podcast. It should be really easy for you to find. So
you guys better vote for mine.
You're losing this time. I am not voting for my own again. However, if anybody else votes, I swear to God, it's going to be for me. There's absolutely no chance. Mine is the most relatable. Like it's the best. It's the best. I
gotta say, you're definitely winning on style points.
Hit the ball out of the park. Home run, grand slam. Bottom of the ninth, walk off. It was the best. All right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
If you had to eat at one fast food place for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I gotta think about this for a second. I used to eat a lot of fast food when I was younger. Yeah. I don't as much anymore. I gotta say probably Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Do you want to know something criminal?
What's that?
I'm sorry. I have never had Chick-fil-A.
That is crazy.
It's just not. It's not a fast food joint that's around here. Like, where do I have to go to a Chick-fil-A?
The closest one would be Madison.
There's one in Madison?
Yep, they got two.
I've not been.
It's good. It's good.
What separates Chick-fil-A? That's the one. Is that the one that's closed on Sunday?
Yep. They got
How you gonna eat there for the rest of your life? You can't go there on Sunday.
I just don't go on Sunday.
You're only living 6 out of 7 days a week for the rest of your life.
I'll just get extra on the other days.
Warm it up in the microwave.
Yep, it's that good. It'll work.
There's no chance it's that good.
But you know what though? They got a really simple menu, but like all of the menu items pretty much hit. Like they're all good.
Okay.
And I think that's really what they have going for them. So you get the best variety without having to worry about things in there being bad.
Okay. Okay. I got problems because I like a lot of different types of food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm not going to take into consideration location of where the fast food is because I'm not going to be driving to this fast food place all the time. Like from where I'm located currently. Like, it's just not going to happen. But I'm going to go off on a limb. And I'm going to pick... No, now I'm having I'm second guessing myself. Because I can't eat that every day. I can't do it. I'm going to go... Actually, it's not I have to eat it every day. The question was if you had to eat at only one fast food place for the rest of your life. So is that just... That's not all 3 meals a day at fast food. That's just...
Yeah,
if I'm going out to eat fast food, that's the only fast food I'm eating.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted it.
Okay, that reduces my Sunday hit on Chick-fil-A. But I'm going to pick... I don't know if you've ever been here. I'm going to pick Which.
I have never been there.
So good. It is a sub sandwich place.
Okay.
The atmosphere is phenomenal. Build your own sub situation.
Okay. Is this like Subway style build your own sub or?
No, it's a much higher quality sub.
Okay.
In my mind, there's one in The closest one to here is Middleton.
Okay.
There's one in Middleton. I took a buddy there because I was hyping it up, and I've hyped it up ever since I went there for the first time when I was out on vacation in Colorado. But been hyping it up forever. But he was like, "I'd just take me there, or whatever," because we were out ice fishing in Madison. Took him there, and he was like, "Dude, this is the best." Oh, it was sweet. I can get any type of hot sub I want, make it my own. At one point, they had like a peanut butter banana sub or something. Thing was sweet. There was more
that
than
sounds
just
really good,
there was
actually.
more than just that in the sub, but it was great.
Yeah.
It's like if you combined. I really don't know what to compare it to. It's its own concept.
Do they have any other items other than just the sub?
They might. I've never dived into it.
I'm sure that's
Because
probably their specialty.
It is 100% their specialty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was awesome.
I'll have to
It's
check it
awesome.
out. It sounds good. You know, I did want to touch on something from last week also.
Okay.
We were talking about that new show on Netflix, Wednesday.
Yeah.
I started watching it right after we recorded last week's episode,
Yeah.
and I'm 4 episodes in now.
You're 4 now. You told me when you were at 2.
Yep, so I'm 4 episodes in now, and I'm absolutely loving it. And I'd highly recommend it to anyone if they haven't started watching it and they want to. It's really good.
It just gets better.
Yeah.
It keeps getting better. It starts great. It gets phenomenal. Like it's just linear progression in a positive manner.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to watch more of it after this, too.
It's the best. I started rewatching it, and I don't rewatch
Really?
shows. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not doing it as fast now, but I am partway through episode 2 for the second time,
Wow.
and it just doesn't happen with me. I love that show so much right now.
I really I like the storytelling, and like the story just like keeps changing because I think I know like who the bad guy is or whatever, and then it just like keeps changing who I think it is, and I think it's like so far for me it's very unpredictable. I thought it was at first, and then like little twists come in and change things,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
this is pretty interesting.
It flicks through a whole bunch of antagonists
Mhm.
throughout the show, and it's like, and then they some of them turn into protagonists, some of them go back and forth a couple of times, and some of them just stay the same the whole time. It's like it's awesome. Like the development is great. Tim Burton did a phenomenal job doing that. I think it's his best piece of work in a while. I don't know what he's done recently, but it definitely stands out the most to me since his series of movies he did with Disney. Because I looked into it, he did a couple, like, he did things I didn't see, I didn't think he did. Like Edward Scissorhands and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know he did that.
No.
I had no idea.
I'm surprised.
Because I
Since,
just know him from Frankenweenie and Nightmare Before Christmas,
Yeah.
for the most part.
He
And
did
he did another
Coraline, too, didn't he?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Yeah. He did that series of animated things, and it was like, I know him from that, but I didn't know he did all those other older movies. I was like, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
No, it's really good, though. I definitely recommend it. I'm probably going to finish it very soon.
15 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
100%. It was the best. Honestly. Can't hype it up enough, in my opinion.
So, should we do another question, you think?
Yeah. Find one. What do you want?
Yeah, let's do something. What childish acts do you still enjoy doing?
That's tough. What childish acts do I still enjoy doing?
All right, well, while you are thinking, I think I thought of an answer for myself. And I think a childish thing that I still really enjoy doing, to be honest, is pranking people.
Yeah.
And it's never like super elaborate pranks necessarily where I put like a ton of planning into it, but just like little daily pranks where it's like, haha, I moved your thing over there, or I tapped you on the other shoulder while I was standing on the other side of you, or
Okay, yeah.
just like just tiny little stupid things like that.
Yep, make people confused.
Yep.
Just throw them off a little bit. I do that too. I agree with that. I enjoy that. There was something I did so I make snow at a ski resort.
Mhm.
Okay, that's my weekend job. So we got massive 20+ foot piles of snow.
Right.
Just sitting on slopes of varying steepness.
Mhm.
Last weekend, I was working on a black run, which quite steep. If
Okay.
for those not familiar with the grading of runs, it's quite steep. It's an advanced run, and it's just a straight face drop. Okay, it's the face of the hill. It's a straight drop, and I had built up probably 20-foot piles
Okay.
that are straight up. Like they're hard to climb. Like they are steep piles, and they're about 20 foot. And just because I wanted to, toward the end of my shift, I climbed up.
Mhm.
I grabbed some ice spikes, put them on my boots, hiked up to the top of one of the piles. Call them whales, so that's why I keep almost saying whales. Hiked up to one of the top of the piles, jumped, and slid on my butt straight down that pile. It was awesome. It was the best. It was sledding without the sled.
Oh yeah.
It was
That
so
sounds like
awesome.
so much fun.
But then I work with kids during the week, and we are always yelling at them not to do that. And I was like, I just finished yelling at kids. Not like yelling, but like telling kids to stop climbing on piles of snow at school.
Mhm.
And then literally 2 days later, I'm on the ski hill climbing an insanely tall pile of snow that is icy. I had to get the ice spikes to climb it.
Yep.
And then I'm jumping up it and sliding down, like probably going like 50 feet into the next pile pretty much.
Right.
I just doing that. But besides that, I agree with what you said. My brain works in a childish manner
Yeah.
most of the time. Like I have the ability to step back from it and be like, okay, can't be doing that. But like, I don't know. I feel like I do a lot of things that are still childish.
Yeah. Same with me. But no, I got to say about the like climbing on the snow thing. I feel like working in a school or just working with kids, like sometimes you got to be a kid yourself to really like be able to relate with them. So I think that's probably not the worst thing.
I think that's why I'm able to do it
Yeah.
so much, because I do it so much, is just because I act like my personality is so childish in that manner that I just like the things that they find funny or fun, like unless it's like genuinely pointless and stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess things can seem genuinely pointless and stupid in most people's eyes, like tapping somebody on the other shoulder, or what, like things of that nature. But like, there's not very much that I find totally pointless and stupid. So I guess that's why it works. But it's honestly, it's the way to go, because I'm not stressed over most things that happen just because I can find like the entertaining value in most of it. And I feel like that comes with the childish mindset.
Yeah.
Don't grow up. That's serious advice.
I totally agree. Gotta stay young. Age is just a number.
So this, I don't know how much time we have left. I forgot to start a timer for this. But we got a little bit of time. I'm looking at like lengths and stuff that are on my screen.
Yeah.
So this is a question I didn't write down, but I thought of it the other day because I was concerned about my health.
Okay.
What's the longest you've gone without pooping?
Oh boy. I gotta think about this now.
'Cause over the weekend, I didn't poop. I did not poop over the weekend.
Did you eat a lot of cheese?
No. I worked a lot, and
Did you eat?
I
Did you
ate,
eat?
but I ate like just a little bit less than normal, and I was doing more physical work than usual. So I was just burning everything off so fast that my body just never, like, whatever. But, like, I was like, dude, I haven't pooped in 48 hours. What am I doing? And then I woke up on, actually, it wasn't the weekend. It was kind of the weekend. Sunday, Monday, right? That happened. So I woke up on Tuesday, and I was like, dude, I need to eat. So I was like, I need to poop because I am concerned that my body just forgot how to poop. Even though I don't feel like I need to poop, I was like, my body doesn't know how to poop. So I need to figure out, I need to stuff myself so I can poop. It sounds so stupid. But
see, this is one of those childish conversations now.
Yeah. And then I woke up, I made myself a big old thing of waffles. Classic, massive 4-quadrant waffle. I had yogurt, which is almost guaranteed to make me poop because I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, there you go.
And I had Pop-Tarts. I had a pack of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
And that did the trick. But I was so concerned. I don't eat that much for breakfast. That was more calories than I eat during the first, like, 6 hours of my day, 7 hours of my day.
Yeah.
I was like, need to poop, need to poop, need to poop, need to poop. Like, I was like, how can I get myself to poop? I'm going to do this because I can. I'm confident. I was concerned, man.
I don't know, like, if I know what a normal amount of time is to go without pooping. I've like experimented with a lot of different, like, diet plans and stuff as far as, like, fasting or cutting out different items in my diet and things like that. And that's always, like, affected it in different ways. But I don't know for sure, but I feel like the longest I've probably ever gone is about 48 hours, I'd say.
48 hours also.
Yeah.
I've never.
If I had to guess.
Like, what things, like, cut out to affect what?
Oh man, I don't really know because I don't keep track of my poop necessarily.
What do you mean?
But I have noticed
log.
before, like, hey, I'm not pooping as often.
Yeah.
Or hey, I'm pooping, like, a lot. You know. But I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of.
That
specifics.
one was explosive.
I could start keeping a log though and come back to you on that if you wanted to.
I don't want to log your poop. I'm okay. It was a question. I was concerned.
I feel like I've gone that long without defecating before.
Defecating. Okay. Way to use language that's not poop. Hey.
I decided not to be childish for that 1 second.
Nah. I don't know. I think we're good. I like that. Ladies, I don't know what the time is of this podcast. I messed up. I forgot to start the timer. I would have started it, but we had to take a second take on the intro because I messed up. Because I forgot what I wanted to talk about at the beginning of the podcast also. So I have flopped in the organization regard of this.
Can I throw in just
but it's okay.
one more quick question?
Go for it.
I'm wondering, during this past week, this is relating to the previous week's episode.
Yeah.
Did you ever break your mother's back by stepping on a crack?
I have not walked around town.
Like at all?
Since... Not since last week. I haven't walked down the block. I've walked into buildings.
Yep.
But I haven't walked down the block since last week. It's been
okay.
I've been very busy. Very busy.
I did. And I texted you when I did it.
You did do that. I was really happy. happy.
And you told me, now I'm going to be thinking about it, and I did. I thought about it.
I'm really glad I had that level of impact on you.
I just had to bring that back to you.
I hope I also had that level of impact on whoever is listening to this because I feel like it's important deep down for like your soul to be breaking your mother's back and recognizing it as you're walking down the street.
Stay childish, right?
Yeah. That's really crucial to your lifelong health and sanity. All right, that's gonna be the end of this. I don't know what's going on anymore. I hope you all enjoyed. Once again, leave us some feedback on the draft.
Vote for me.
You're the only one who's going to vote for yourself again. Okay? You keep saying you won the last draft. You're the only one who voted for yourself.
I still technically won.
Still the only one who voted for yourself, okay? I didn't even vote for myself. I ain't going to vote for myself this time, and I fully back my team this time, 100%. No doubt about it.
Okay.
But, again, if you're listening on Spotify, there will be a poll and a open-ended question that you could fill out. And if you want to send us a voice message, click the link in the podcast description for this episode. It'll take you to our Anchor page. You can leave a voice message on there. It's pretty self-explanatory. There'll be a big old button shining in your face to do so. But that's all we got. Hope you guys have a good week. And goodbye.
Have a good one.